let's get this thing started. It's your boy Brently, and I know it's been a while. This is my very first game on this Lupkow Pass. I don't know how you pronounce it. I'm not the Russian. Anyway, it's my very first game. I didn't do so hot. Also, it was late at night, and I was drunk. But it's a beautiful map. I'm chasing this guy. I finally fucking got him. Anyway, I'll just fill you in on what's been going on with my life. As you know, my channel is never about the gameplay. It's about me. Anyway, last week was interesting. My friend Mary, who is like a big sister to me and smoking fucking hot, flew up from Tampa to see the Eclipse. I live in St. Joseph, Missouri. I've lived here my whole life, and we were in the path of totality, I believe is what they call it, which means we were supposed to have the best view in the house. We went dark. We were supposed to go dark for like 2.5 minutes, which we did. To be fair, the problem is it was a cloudy, rainy mess during the eclipse, and we saw pretty much nothing. At the very beginning of the eclipse, we saw, where the moon started crossing over into the sun. We kind of saw where it kind of looked like Pac-Man, and then it just became cloudy. But we did see totality. It was really neat. It was kind of a warm, humid day, very cloudy, and then all of a sudden it went pitch dark, like it was midnight. Like, just like that. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. And the temperature dropped like 10 degrees. It got kind of chilly all of a sudden. And that was cool. That's an experience I'll never, ever forget as long as I live. Just how quick things can change when the sun's blocked out. So, if you watch The Strain in this nuclear winter, I totally get why they film it in winter. Because, without the sun, things get a little chilly. Anywho, it was a great experience. I had a great time with my friend Mary. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of barbosas, which if you're ever in St. Joseph, Missouri, I highly recommend going to Barbosas. It's the best Mexican food in the world. And I'm biased because we grew up on that. But yes, anyone that's ever been to St. Joe that's eaten there, they will say Barbosas cheese enchiladas are to die for. Sorry, I needed a drink of water. Anyway, what else has been going on in my life? My garden's kicking ass. I just got done pickling some jalapeno peppers. I don't use them a whole lot, except in the winter I do a lot of burritos because, it's too cold to grill out or whatnot. And, you can't have a burrito without a few jalapenos, but if you eat them raw, they're just way too hot for me. And I know a lot of you guys out there love spicy food, so spicy it hurts your asshole the next morning, but that just isn't me. I like mild. Tabasco is about as hot as I get. Anyway, got that done. Oh, speaking of assholes, the Chateau Milk Company, it's a local dairy farm near me in Osborne, Missouri, which I believe is like 20 minutes away, give or take. Anyway, they came out with this Eclipse milk, which is basically their cookies and cream milk, which is really good. Tastes like you dipped a bunch of Oreos in milk, but they dyed it black. People were fighting. They only made 7,500 bottles of this stuff, if I remember correctly, and I was lucky enough to get my hands on one. And so anyway, I was drinking it, and it's a very good. Chateau makes really good milk. They make really weird flavors that sound wrong, but they're really good. Like, they do a root beer milk. They do a cotton candy milk. They do this cookies and creams milk. And they also do this really good milk. I love their chocolate milk. It's the best chocolate milk I've ever had. Well, anyway, I drank a little bit of this milk, and it's black. It looks like used motor oil. Got up the next morning to do my daily, dropping off the kids at the pool, the Browns at the Super Bowl, whatever stupid analogy you want to use. And I noticed it is green. Yes, sports fans, my poo was green. And I'm not talking like, a dark forest green or a puke green. I'm talking like when they dye the river in Chicago for St. Patrick's Day kind of green. It looked like nuclear waste was coming out my ass, and so I freaked out. And so I called my doctor and talked to her, and she told me, "Oh, well," she's like, calm down. It's no big deal. Have you been drinking the black milk?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "That's what it is. It's the dye in the milk. I've gotten 10 calls about this already. There's nothing to be afraid of." And people, I remember when Burger King used to have the black bunned Whopper. People were freaking out because their poop ended up being green. So, oh well, it was just something. I mean, it's not every day you see green poop coming out your butt. So yeah, I was concerned. So anyway, that's all taken care of. That's a little probably too personal for a lot of you out there, but hey, that's how I am. What else been going on? Well, let's go back to the eclipse. For weeks, actually since Christmas, we've heard, "Oh my God, all these people are going to come to town. It's going to be crazy. Traffic's going to be a bitch." Da, da, da. They're expecting anywhere from 20,000 to 500,000. And we're really close to an air base, air guard, where they fly C-130s, and a bunch of people camped out and stayed out there because, it's a big, wide open space with, no obstructions or whatnot. And they were expecting hundreds of thousands, and I saw on the news tonight, they said maybe 20,000 showed up. So it really wasn't that bad. And now, right after the eclipse, I will admit there were a lot of traffic of people getting out of town, on the highways and whatnot. But it really wasn't that bad. It wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be, because it's also been reported in the news, people that came up here to see the eclipse realized really quick we're going to have a really shitty view because of the clouds and the weather and whatnot. So they all a lot of people packed up, hauled ass 50 miles south of Kansas City and watched it there. Do I wish we had a better view? Yes. Do I wish, the weather would have, worked with us? Yes. But I wouldn't have changed it for the world because, I was hanging out with one of my closest friends, Mary. She had a blast. It was something she'll never forget. And it's just, when you have someone with you, you can just feel comfortable to talk to about anything. And she has your back. She won't judge you and whatnot. I can't put a price on that. So all in all, I had a good time. It was fun meeting people from all over, that came up here to my little town for, an event. But I wish the weather would have, given these guys a better show, but there's nothing I can do about that. And Lord, we've tried. I don't even really want to talk about Cheeto this week because I think he is mentally ill. I mean, some of the shit he has been doing lately makes no fucking sense. First of all, the whole Charleston thing where both sides were equally guilty of what's happening. No. How good people hang out with Nazis? No. If you're a good person and you're hanging out with a bunch of Nazis, that makes you a Nazi. I'm sorry. There's no such thing as a good Nazi. It's just not how it works. Then he's all pissed off that this isn't getting done. So what's he do? He goes after people in his own party, which is the dumbest thing he can do, because those are the people he needs to help him. Those are the votes he needs to get anything done. And he's pissed them off so much, now they don't even want anything to do with him. The Russian thing's taken off. I think there's a lot of smoke there. And I think there's something there because it's he's obsessed with it. It wouldn't surprise me if he's doing a lot of illegal shit because that's what he does. If you've read his book, all the deals in the books went bankrupt. He's been sued a gazillion times. He's lost a lot of those lawsuits, or he sold them because he doesn't want to face the music. All in all, I don't like this president. I think he's a dangerous person, and I think he's not mentally capable, and quite frankly, he's not smart enough to be president. He doesn't understand the rule of law and order. He just thinks he's a king and, he can do whatever he wants. Well, that's not what happened. We kind of started this country to get away from the king, and we'll be damned if we're going back to it. And anyway, enough about that loser. I have a feeling his time will come. And I bet he quits before he gets impeached, just like Nixon did, because eventually it's going to come out he is fucked. What else has been going on? I just got done watching the Weekend Update Thursday Summer Edition, or whatever the hell it's called. Funny as hell. And now I got no Saturday Night Live to watch until September 30th, when the season premiere comes on. It'll be the 43rd year. And the reason I know that is because I was born in 1975 when Saturday Night Live started. And I'm 42. I'll be 43 next year in March. Shop now, avoid the rush. And I love Saturday Night Live, and I know the president. You're picking on me. That should be in the job description when you're running for office. You'll be made fun of every weekend on Saturday Night Live, and every night the Tonight Show and the Late Show are gonna make fun of you. That's just part of the gig. It should be like line item 2 or 3. You know what I mean? Anywho. What else has been going on? Hockey season's getting ready to come up. We got about 2 months to go. Summer camps are opening all across the league. Still a diehard Red Wings fan, but it doesn't look like we're going to be that good. Our defense is shit, and I'm kind of worried about the goaltending, but maybe we'll make some trades and be halfway decent. The Royals in baseball, well, I think they're barely above 500, but I said from the get-go they weren't going to be shit this year because they traded away all their pitching and decent talent, which will never make sense to me. And then, what's this across the news? Some wacko and hostage situation. Okay, crazy people with guns. Why? Why do you do this shit? Okay, I get it. You're upset and you got a gun, but you hold someone hostage and you think you're just going to walk away. You can talk your way out of that one. No. 2 things are going to happen. One, you're either going to give up and go to jail for a very, 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 very long time, or 2, you're going to get shot and killed by a bunch of cops. So one thing that makes cops nervous is a crazy motherfucker with a gun. It's just bad for business. So crazy people with guns, just don't do it. Don't. If you want to hurt yourself, fine, but don't risk other people's safety. It have nothing to do with whatever the fuck's going on in your head. It's in Charleston. Oh, this is the same town where that guy, that Dylan Roof guy, shot up that black church because he wanted to start a race war. Well, that's in Charlie Manson. He did all those. Well, he had all his friends do those murders for him because he wanted to start Helter Skelter, which is a race war. True story. Look it up. I'm not making it up. Now, I'll never understand how they convicted him, even though Charlie never did any of the murders. He just told his friends to do it for him. But, oh well. I'll never understand how Capone got convicted of tax evasion, because they said even though his income was illegal, it's still taxable. Now, I'll never understand that precedent, but there's lots of things in the world I don't understand, like how come Greenland's ice and Iceland's green? Well, actually, I know the reason behind that, but why do we drive on a parkway and walk on why do we drive on a parkway and park on a driveway? It makes no sense. Anyway, that's about it. Narcos season 4 comes out next Friday. Stoked. Good as hell. I love Narcos. I love me some real true crime drama. So that's all I'm doing next weekend is watching Narcos. This weekend I have no major plans, and I will end that with you. I love each and every one of you. If you give me a like, I'd really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya.